Welcome, everybody, to the original version of the game that has been recreated now 5 times.
Wait, are we talking about 64? Are we talking about 0 or 64 3D?
Or Star Fox for Switch 2. No,
Or the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
No, nah, good guess, but no. This here is Star Fox for the SNES. The Super
Those are some
Nintendo's.
polygons.
Yep, the Super Nintendo's 3D debut, I guess. And it runs like butt, but I think this game kind of kicks ass.
I feel like if you sped it up, it would just be a nightmare to play. So
There is
make the whole game just run faster.
Someone has made, originally someone made a mod of the game running at like 30 FPS and 60 FPS, and originally that mod was like kind of playable at 30, but at 60 it was just way too fast because all of the game logic is frame dependent, of course.
Right. I would expect nothing less.
There's a new ROM hack that actually just makes it run at 60 without that affecting the game logic. So I'm curious to play that version. But
I wonder if these were inspired by Gundam of all things. Like how they communicate with each other. I haven't watched enough older anime though, but like Zeta Gundam is like the earliest show I've found that does these kind of like communication screens in the midst of like the standard like combat and such.
I want to say the main inspiration for this game was Star Wars. Ow.
Oh yeah, but like I feel like on the Japanese side and like the art direction.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably took some anime inspiration.
The game, they're definitely going for like an 80s Hollywood sci-fi flick kind of vibe for the Star Fox series. At least for this and 64. And with the limited technology, obviously this was like Nintendo's first 3D game ever. It's a little dated, but I think for like being one of the first 3D rail shooters, or just one of the first 3D games ever, I think this game is very impressive and fun. So
all right, so for the layman who may not have played this game, it's me. I haven't played this game. I haven't played any of them. You want to explain what's going on here?
Right.
What's happening?
So, we are currently in the Lilat system. It's a fictional galaxy, basically. And someone named Andros has started a war with the government of the galaxy. I don't know if they ever get named, but it's
Just
too
call them
much.
the Federation. It's the same world as Metro.
Yeah, it's too much for the Federation to handle, so they hire the Star Fox mercenary crew, featuring Fox McCloud, who is our main character protagonist, the leader of the group. He's kind of a Leonardo type archetype. He's a very stoic, somewhat cocky leader sometimes. And then you've got Falco, their ace pilot, second in command to Fox. He's kind of the hothead of the group. And then you've got Peppy. He's the veteran, the old guy, the bunny. And then you got Slippy, who's just kind of Star Fox's mechanic friend, who he brings on these missions to save the galaxy and everything.
If there's one thing I know about this series, is that no one likes saving Flippy.
That is a very iconic part of Star Fox. But yeah, so basically the gameplay of this is just an on-rails shoot 'em up. Obviously, it's different than shoot 'em ups that have come before, because now this is 3D. We're flying into the screen instead of just from a top-down or side view. But it has a lot of the similar mechanics. You're always moving. You can kind of boost yourself to go a little faster. You can hit the brakes to go slower. You can also tilt the ship left and right to
Yeah.
kind of let yourself turn a little quicker and get through tight gaps and stuff.
So does the game actually run like this choppy, or is it partially the recording?
No, this is what the game runs like.
So this is accurate.
Yes. This is
How
what
long
the game
did it take you to
runs
get used to this?
like. Just a playthrough or two. Just like I played this for the first time a few years ago when I got my Switch, my original Switch, and it was definitely hard to get used to. But I think once you get past it, past the choppiness, it's actually it's not that bad.
Well, because
I would
like
say.
I've always thought that like Ocarina of Time was like the upper limit of what playable 3D could be, and that's like 20 frames per second. This has got to be lower.
This is certainly lower than that. This is like 12.
And I know this is certainly playable because a lot of people truly like this game.
Yeah.
So it is. I
would
don't
say-
know if I could get into this particular one, but like this is really ambitious. Everything I'm seeing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't
It's-
expecting this much complexity to it. I thought it'd be just
Yeah.
rather, anytime like you see like an American studio, especially trying to do like some big tech demo, it's usually really basic and just all visuals. Versus this, where they
Yeah.
try to make everything playable and fun, which I like.
Yeah, I think they knew that they couldn't make it look very visually appealing. So this is definitely still a very tightly designed video game at the end of the day. And yeah, I think it's fun. It's missing a few things from later games that kind of make it harder to play. Like you don't have a cursor to tell you where you're aiming or anything like that. Doing barrel rolls is a little clunkier. But overall, I'd say it's a still pretty fun experience. It's if nothing else, it is certainly one of the most impressive video games for the time and interesting video games ever made. I would say.
I wasn't expecting different gameplay styles.
No, this is the same. You can just in these space levels where you're not on a planet, you can switch to first person, and that makes it much easier to aim. I don't know why you can't do this on the planets. I'm guessing because I don't know. I don't know why you can't do it on the planets, but
Maybe there's more processing power to render the ground. But it also looks like there's way more particle effects here, which I feel like would be more damning.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like it is recommended whenever you can to use the first person because you now have that targeting reticle that I was talking about was missing before. It's a little awkward to judge whether or not you're going to get hit. But generally, if something is to the left of the screen or above the screen or whatever, when you fly past it, you won't get hit by it. So you can kind of judge it. It's kind of hard to, but like it's kind of doable. But yeah, the big thing of the Star Fox series, at least for this game and 64 and 0, is that there are multiple routes through the game.
Right.
It's very simplified in this first one. You just basically have 3 routes to choose from at the very beginning of your playthrough. One is easy, one is normal, one is hard. And, it takes you to different levels
Do you
for that
select
playthrough.
it in the menu or?
Yeah, in this game, you pick what route you're
Alright.
going to do for the whole playthrough at the very start, right before you
Okay.
start playing.
So I know one of the few things I do know is that in 64, doing certain things in levels will get you on different routes.
Yeah, that isn't really in this game. There are a couple of Easter eggs. In this level in particular, if you fly through certain asteroid circles, I think, it'll take you on a shortcut, which like cuts you onto the normal path, but it's like a few levels ahead of where this is. So it's kind of like a shortcut, but it makes the game harder. And there's like an Easter egg bonus level on the hard path, but Other than that, there's nothing. There's no like side objectives to do in these levels. It's just fly forward, get your points by shooting all the enemies, and defeat the boss at the end, and then you're good. But yeah, that's basically the gist of the game. We're doing all 3 playthroughs because they're pretty unique from one another. And I would say that because each playthrough is only like 30 minutes, you may as well if you want to get the most out of this game. But
it's so weird seeing like such an arcadey experience on a console this old. It's like normally arcade experiences are never capturable on console.
yeah.
And this one's not even an arcade game.
Yeah. Also, normally, Sega was known at the time for being a more arcadey kind of company in the 90s. So something like this is definitely strange for Nintendo. But Miyamoto sure liked it because he remade the game 4 times.
5 times if we include that movie, because I bet it's just gonna be this again.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna just be the Lilac Wars again.
With
sure.
more Chris Pratt.
I feel like the reason Nintendo keeps doing 64 again is that because that's the only game Nintendo developed in-house for Star Fox during this time, because this was Argonaut Software, so was Star Fox 2. And then after 64, we got Star Fox Adventures from Rare, which is a Zelda-like.
Yeah, Dino Plan.
And Star Fox Assault, which was made by Namco Bandai, or Bandai Namco. And then there was Star Fox Command, and I don't remember who the dev for that was, but it was not Nintendo. So I think that's why. I think Miyamoto is just obsessed with the fact that that's the only Star Fox game that he made, so he wants to keep doing it.
Well, from what I understand with Zero, and I don't think Platinum Team was even that involved on it.
Oh yes, it was designed. Like the design doc was made by like Miyamoto and stuff, and he fully directed and had full control over that game. It was just Platinum was like assisting development, basically.
Yeah, they needed their boost forward with Nier Automata after that one. I don't even think when I hear that game's not even that bad. It's really good, but like nobody liked it, so.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that's how it'll be remembered, is bad.
I missed a ship that I could have flown into. Oops.
Oh, we're finally in the third person space.
Yeah, you can switch it with the select button. I was just... This first playthrough, I didn't do like any testing or anything. I just kind of popped it in and played.
Do you think any of the lessons and strategies learned in this game on 3D development were useful in the N64? Or is this game too late for that?
Well, I think that was more so the case with Star Fox 2. Because weirdly enough, I don't know if you knew this, but Mario 64 started as a Super FX game. And
really?
that was being developed around the same time as Star Fox 2, so they kind of had similar ideas going around. Because we won't get to Star Fox 2 for a while, but that game does have open missions where you're running around on your walker mech and jumping around and like doing like objectives, and that's sort of Mario 64-y. So it's kind of cool.
I like how here it just switches to full wireframe.
Oh, I got a shield power up.
Okay.
That's what the shield power up looks like.
I like to imagine that because it's now a wireframe, the game actually runs a little better.
Yeah. I will say this game certainly looks very limited. But like I'm impressed that with such early technology, they were able to make something that you can still kind of tell what everything is pretty effectively. You can easily pick out, weak points on bosses. You can tell what big destroyer ships are. You can tell what like big walker
Oh yeah,
mechs are and
games.
everything.
No matter how limited, if a game has good art direction, it will become timeless.
Yeah.
I don't think this game is fully timeless because,
Oh, absolutely
let's
not.
be honest, but like their ambition does not go unnoticed, you know, and I respect it so much.
Yeah.
Especially as a fan of like a lot of on-rail games as a child. Well, on-rail level specifically, I guess, not full games.
Yeah.
Mainly the Battle of Coruscant, like a Star Wars. It's one of my favorite on-rail sections of all time.
Yeah. I like me a good on-rails video game.
Maybe, I guess that's why I love Nier Automata so much.
Yeah, that does have a lot of on-rail sections.
So that's less Star Fox and more Ikaruga.
Yeah. Some of the sections kind of feel Star Foxy because you're like flying into the screen and stuff.
But some of the angles,
forward.
yeah. Ikaruga is more just straight top-down, I believe. Like what Sonic Frontiers does.
Yeah.
I said both. Are you happy?
You got the quota. I don't have to do it.
You know, this game reminds me a lot of Mecha Assault.
One thing to note, I don't know if you've noticed, but I now have a double laser. And that is like the big thing with this game is you want to make sure you're trying it not to die as much as possible because it keeps your ship upgraded. And obviously, because it's a shoot 'em up, you get like different. You don't really get different weapons in this. All you get are the lasers and bombs in this game. But you can get like up to level 3 lasers. So you get like the double blaster, what I have now, and then if you get it again, it becomes the plasma blaster. And this game has a mechanic where if you deal damage to the wings by flying into too many obstacles on like your left or right, or like up and down if you're tilting the ship, you will actually completely break your wings, and you will downgrade your blaster to the level 1.
Huh.
So it emphasizes, or it tries to encourage.
Whoa, that was trippy. My goodness.
We're going into the ship so we can destroy it from the inside. This is the most Star Wars crap you'll see in this game.
Return of the Jedi. That's awesome. I love that.
But yeah. So it encourages you to fly safely. Running into obstacles like buildings and stuff does like the most damage to your ship, even more damage than getting hit with like projectiles or anything. So definitely fly well if you want to do well.
That makes sense for like real planes. Like, unless you get shot at a vital spot, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
But you hit a building and that will just tear off a chunk of your plane and you're screwed.
Yeah. You also for the score at the ends of the levels, obviously shooting enemies and stuff is what gets you score. But if you keep your teammates alive, they give you an extra bonus amount of like they give you a bonus 5% score each if they're all alive. So you get like a total of 15 if you keep all your team members alive. For the percentage, and if you get 100%, you get a continue, and you get an extra medal on your run. So if you get like a full set of 6 medals by the end, then you did like a perfect 100% run throughout the whole thing. So
nice,
pretty fun. It's pretty fun to shoot for higher and higher scores in this game.